Emancipation Day, first celebrated on August 1, 1838, is among the oldest holidays on the Guyanese holiday calendar and celebrates the ending of slavery. Slavery began in Guyana in the mid-17th century when the Dutch imported slaves to cultivate sugarcane on numerous plantations. The slaves who manned these plantations were forcibly taken from their homes in West Africa and transported over the Atlantic by slave ships. The conditions in these slave ships were cruel, as such a large percentage of the captives died before reaching Guyana. Once the slaves arrived in Guyana, they were sold and forced to work under terrible conditions. But after over centuries of slavery and an extended period of apprenticeship, on August 1, 1838, slaves in the British Caribbean were finally free. In the decades that followed emancipation, ex-slaves in Guyana demonstrated their ability to cope with the changing world through the purchasing of lands and the establishment of villages, one such village being Buxton on the east coast of Demerara. Named after Fowell Buxton, a British politician who served as the leader of the House of Commons for the abolition of slavery, the village was founded in 1840 by a group of former slaves. Today, 181 years later, Buxton remains one of the most prominent African villages in Guyana, which continues to preserve the significance of emancipation through its annual celebrations at this time of the year. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the villagers of Buxton were determined to observe Emancipation 2021. On Saturday, scores of villagers assembled at the market square to take part in the Libation Ceremony and cultural extravaganza. The African Libation Ceremony is a ritual of pouring a liquid as an offering to a spirit, deity, or soul of a person who is deceased. Several different liquids are used, including water, liquor, and wine. As such, this libation ceremony was presided over by DION ABRAMS, former chairman of the Boston-FRIENDSHIP Neighborhood Democratic Council.
So we are going to pour libation this evening, and we're going to invite our ancestors to be here with us. And so, in recognition of those who have gone before, we invite you, our elders, our young brothers and sisters, our leaders, all those who have gone before, and we ask your presence here this evening.
The libation ceremony was followed by emancipation greetings shared by numerous village elders, including political scientist Dr. David Hines, who urged Buxtonians and by extension all Afro-Guyanese to love themselves.
And we've got to say to ourselves that we are beautiful too. Love your blackness. Love your blackness. If you don't love your blackness, you can't love other ethnicities and other races. Love yourself. Self-love.
The night concluded with the singing of numerous folk songs, which was complemented by soulful African drumming and dancing. On Emancipation Day, a village feast for the children was also held. Village elder EVETTE revealed that a scaled-down version of the feast was held this year due to the ongoing pandemic.
We're not able to do as much because this year only one organization would have been able to get funding from the government, and the others, what we did, try to raise some funds.
Some of the scrumptious African dishes available at the feast included cook-up rice, cassava and pumpkin pone, and conky. Keith Easton, founder of the Buxton-Friendship Museum, implored Afro-Guyanese to recognize the economic contributions of their ancestors.
We need our youths to be involved, and also with the museum, we're trying to get youth to be more involved, because what we're trying to bring back is our culture.
The two-day festivities ended with an emancipation symposium hosted at the Perry Hall on Sunday evening. Wishing our Afro-Guyanese brothers and sisters a happy emancipation from Buxton on the east coast of Demerara, I am Kendell Richmond reporting for the HGP Nightly News.